Welcome to the ultimate recap of the King in Black storyline from Marvel Comics. In this epic tale, we dive deep into the heart-pounding saga of Venom as he faces off against his greatest foe yet, his own creator. Prepare for shocking twists as Venom rises to become the ruler of all symbiotes, defending Earth against the dark forces of Knull. As Eddie Brock gazes over the glittering Manhattan skyline, a sense of unease washes over him. He can feel it in his bones. Knull, the malevolent king of symbiotes born from the primordial void that predates the universe, is coming to Earth. His fears are confirmed when his son, Dylan, shares that he, too, senses Knull's imminent arrival. With no time to lose, Eddie transforms into Venom and contacts the Avengers, warning them of Knull's impending threat. Captain America, Iron Man, She-Hulk, and Captain Marvel immediately begin scanning for Knull's approach, while Iron Man transforms derelict Kree and Skrull warships into a minefield. The action escalates as thousands of symbiote dragons swarm in, overwhelming the heroes. In a desperate attempt, Iron Man detonates the warships, eliminating half of Knull's army. The Avengers, joined by the Fantastic Four, engage the symbiote dragons, while Eddie places Dylan in a secure bunker that Spider-Man has loaned him. Meanwhile, heroes like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage battle the dragons, utilizing lightning to weaken them. Unfortunately, Thor is unreachable, leaving the heroes in a dire situation. Thankfully, Professor X contacts the group, offering the X-Men's assistance and dispatching Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Cable, and Magneto to Washington Square Park. Storm uses her powers to blast the symbiote dragons, providing crucial relief for the beleaguered heroes. As the battle rages on, Eddie visits the ruins of the Spire, once Dark Carnage's lair. He realizes Knull will attempt to regain control of the Venom symbiote. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange uses every method at his disposal to summon reinforcements. However, things take a grim turn when one of the symbiote dragons swallows Doctor Strange. Eddie warns everyone that Knull is coming, accompanied by symbiote-possessed Celestials, Erishem the Judge and Tefril the Surveyor, who begin their search for Eddie Brock. When Captain America gives the command for the heavy hitters they enlisted, it turns out to be Sentry, an immensely powerful hero considered one of Earth's strongest. He takes Knull into Earth's orbit, trying to replicate a previous tactic used against Carnage. However, Knull reverses the move, assimilating Sentry and breaking him. Venom and Captain America react in horror as Iron Man urges them to retreat. Knull then commands his symbiote dragons to encircle Earth, cutting it off from the sun, while the living abyss swallows several superheroes, including Storm. With no options left, Eddie contacts Iron Man, revealing that he and the Venom symbiote plan to execute a desperate Hail Mary to buy Iron Man time to devise a strategy against Knull. Eddie confronts Knull, offering his servitude. However, Knull is uninterested in Eddie, recognizing him as the one who killed Grendel and instead looking for Dylan. When Eddie begs Knull to take him instead, Knull tears the Venom symbiote from Eddie and absorbs it, intending to absorb Dylan as well. Eddie is then dropped onto the chaos-fled streets, where he FNDS Captain America, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Iron Fist, Miss Marvel, Storm, and Thing, all possessed by symbiotes. The air thickens with tension as Eddie slams onto a car, critically injured. In a flash, Spider-Man arrives to help him, but they aren't alone. The Avengers have come, yet something feels off. Their eyes are black, and their movements are unnaturally jerky. Before Spider-Man can react, the Human Torch launches a fairy blast at them, instructing Spider-Man to take Eddie to the Fantastic Four lab for treatment while sacrificing himself. As Spider-Man carries Eddie's barely conscious body to the lab, he senses a larger conspiracy at play. He meets Valkyrie, who informs him that Eddie's life hangs by a thread. Alongside Dylan, they navigate through heated arguments between Blade, Professor X, Magneto, and Black Panther, all trying to devise a plan. The urgency in the room is palpable, and Spider-Man feels the weight of their desperate situation. They need a miracle and fast. Iron Man suddenly speaks up, proposing a risky plan involving Namor, Blade, and even Mayor Wilson Fisk. Iron Man takes control of a symbiote dragon using extremist technology and brings it to the lab to heal Eddie, but chaos ensues when the symbiote turns hostile. Dylan uses his powers to obliterate it as Reed Richards realizes that Dylan is their secret weapon. Eddie's condition deteriorates, and he fatlines, plunging the room into silence. Everyone watches in horror, but Dylan refuses to surrender. Drawing on all his strength, he taps into his powers, desperately attempting to revive his father. Will he succeed, or is it already too late? As the fate of the universe hangs in the balance, the Silver Surfer glides through the remains of Knull's destruction, while the Invisible Woman and Blade struggle against an overwhelming army of symbiotes. Mr. Fantastic urgently calls for Spider-Man and Wolverine to escort Dylan out to free the remaining heroes. Upon arrival, Dylan unleashes his power, liberating Captain America from his symbiote prison. However, Knull's relentless pursuit of Dylan continues. Just when hope seems lost, the mighty Thor arrives on the scene. Together with Dylan, they manage to free more of the possessed heroes, but Knull retaliates by summoning his symbiote-possessed Celestials, throwing the battle into chaos. In a last-ditch effort, Iron Man deploys his extremis-infected symbiote dragon, hoping to regain control of the unstoppable Celestials. As Knull tightens his grip on Dylan, planning to use the boy's symbiote codex to achieve ultimate dominion, Dylan resists, unleashing a surge of power that frees Cyclops, Invisible Woman, Doctor Strange, Black Cat, and the Human Torch from their symbiote prisons. Doctor Strange transforms into a more powerful form, leading the charge as the heroes push back against the overwhelming symbiote forces, with heavy damage dealt by Namor, Thor, and Storm. Jean Grey uses her psychic abilities to immobilize Knull, delving into his past and uncovering a shocking truth: the only being capable of defeating the God of Symbiotes is the God of Light, also known as the Enigma Force. As Jean succumbs to the strain, the Silver Surfer appears. He quickly locates the Enigma Force, freeing it from the symbiote's grasp and causing Knull to reel in agony. In an epic twist, Eddie Brock is chosen as the new Captain Universe. As the heroes prepare for one final battle against Knull, a first confrontation erupts between the Silver Surfer and Knull, memories of their past clashes footing back. The Silver Surfer assumes a chrome form, transforming his surfboard into a sword, while Knull adapts his armor for the FGHT. As the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men charge to assist the Silver Surfer, Venom arrives, transformed into Captain Universe. He declares his intent to take on Knull, dismissing Knull's taunts about having killed Venom many times before. In an astounding display of power, Venom wields a battle axe formed by merging Mjolnir and Silver Surfer's surfboard into his iconic spider emblem. Venom tears through the symbiote dragons effortlessly. When Knull sends a symbiote-controlled Celestial to aid him, Venom beheads it with ease. As Knull threatens that darkness resides in Dylan, Venom rips off Knull's armor and soars into the sky, punching through the symbiote barrier around Earth. Knull warns that the void is eternal and the abyss has teeth, but Venom is undeterred. He plunges his hand into the sun, harnessing the Unipower to vaporize Knull. After the battle, Eddie hears countless voices celebrating their freedom from Knull. The Unipower informs him that he has transcended humanity. With the battle won, Venom rips the symbiote from Dylan while the Unipower departs. The Venom symbiote rebonds with Eddie, granting him dragon-like wings and making him the new nexus of the Hive Mind, the new god of the symbiotes, and the new king in black. Though the battle has ended, Thor and the Silver Surfer recognize that normalcy will not return anytime soon. Venom and the hostless symbiotes and dragons take fight, with the Venom symbiote translating the symbiote language to Eddie, informing him of his new status as the leader of the symbiotes.